Good morning and welcome to the Mike Show for Friday, August 14, 2026. 60 degrees at 7:29 a.m. And I am your host, Val Kamal, and I'm a sinner. And I'm powerless and my life is unmanageable. Humility and gratitude are the keys to life. It's always today, it's always now. My life is not my own. My will not be done. There's no reality but God, and the only thing we have to do is die. So, how are we going to live today? And I hope and pray we can live from our heart, a life based on faith and not fear. Well, it's Happy Friday. And I have a headache, and I could use about 6 more hours of sleep. Hey, Gracie. There's that Gracie. Where's she off to? She's on the hunt. Ruthie went that way somewhere. Maxie's on the steps. And, oh boy, I'm not sure where I'm at. Coke's in the Spirea. Elsie was getting a drinky. Oh, yeah. And it's Happy Friday. And I've been up since I don't know how long. Oh, look at, there's the princess. There's that fairy tale princess of mine. Are you alright, honey? Oh, Elsie. Oh, Elsie, come here, honey. She kept waking me up in the night. She kept coming up inside of me and cuddling with me, and she wanted me to pet her. She just kept purring up a storm. Look at you. Oh, you're a good girl, and I love you, Elsie. I love you, old gal. So anyway. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, that's just a touch of lung cancer. A couple aspirin, I'll be fine. Maybe an hour nap. So anyway. Oh, there's Coke. There's Coke. Cokie's been playing with some Q-tips. I cleaned out Gracie's ears the other day and didn't throw those Q-tips away, and they found them, and now they're playing with them. Oh boy. So anyway, yeah, I got woke up several times during the night, and just on the verge of falling back to sleep, I kept getting woke back up. So kind of chilly out here. We're wrapped up in a little binky. Elsie's into the catnip over there. Oh, so we might as well just go into a recap from yesterday. Yesterday's thumbnail was a shot of Tui, Uncle Stuart. He was a good boy. He was a good boy. Uncle Stu. The glue that held us all together for many years. I don't know what else to say about Dewey, except what a good boy he was, and how much he's missed. Elsie knew Uncle Tui, didn't you, Else? And Maxie did. And you loved your Uncle Stu, and he loved you, didn't he? Look at her playing with that catnip. Oh, baby. Yeah, she loved Stewie, and Stewie loved everybody. He was really a good boy. Coke's going over to Mrs. Smith's yard. It looks like Ruthie went to Alyssa's yard, and I don't know where Grace went. She went that way too now. Oh boy, Mackie's on the steps. So today is Friday, August 14. And it's my brother's sister's birthday today. I don't know how old she is. I'd have to do math. I don't think she quite hit 60, but she's getting there. Anyway, happy birthday. And another priority we got today is probably going to a funeral. I'm not sure about that one. Probably just go to the service. Someone my dad knew, and someone I knew that passed away. But it's been a while, but they're just having the service today. That happens a lot these days, it seems. But anyway, I'm going to take a little break and finish my first cup of coffee. Look at Else. Are you hungry, baby? Alright, let's take a little break. So anyway, we're back. And Elsie's still wandering around here with me and giving me some furs. I don't know, I was kind of concerned because she didn't seem to want to eat, but she seems to be doing pretty good. She's fairly active. She don't seem to be in any kind of pain or anything. I know she's probably hungry though. But anyway, back to Stewie. Stewie showed up in the fall of 1998 when Mischief and Rascal and I were living on the small apartment on the corner of 11th and Lockwood Streets. It was just this tiny little thing that was abandoned, and he had a huge head. His body looked tiny compared to his head, but I guess most kittens are probably that way. But he was eating birdseed in the yard, and I lured him into the house with a can of Friskies salmon, and the rest is history. Hey, Else. Hi, Princess. Yeah. Mischief and Rascal were 5 years old and somewhat settled down. And Stewie was wound like a bed spring and didn't give him an inch of slack. And I'll never forget this one time Chiefy was just sitting upright, and Stu came up and just kept jumping on him and pouncing on him and trying to get him going. And Chiefy reached over with his right paw like this and just smacked him on top of the head, like, slow down, just slow down. They were all good pals, and Chiefy did love his little nephew Stuart. Stewie was the young one then. And he lived to be 18 years old. He had congestive heart failure, and he had kidney disease, and it was quite a trick to try to manage his health conditions. He needed fluid to flush his kidneys, but he also needed a diuretic to cut down on congestion in his heart. And we lost him, I believe it was June 5th. It was the year my niece Carly graduated from high school. In fact, the day she graduated. I went for a bike ride that morning. Took Stu to the vet. Went for another bike ride out to Rockport. I rode Norway Ridge first and then Rockport, and then came home and regrouped and went to Carly's graduation. What are you thinking, Else? You want me to go get you something to eat? We're going to take another little break. And we are back again. Look at Else. Look at her go, sharpening her claws. Oh, look at... There's Gracie. Coke was out in the alley. I don't know where Ruth is. Anyway, so yesterday we got up. Well, we woke up or got up. I don't remember it all now. But oh, where'd she go? Poor camera work. There you go. My niece had an eye exam, so I picked her up, or I went out to her place to pick her up around 8. And I'd already had some cold thin watery gruel for breakfast, but when I walked in, she said, "How do you like your eggs?" So I had her scramble me some eggs, and they were some really good. And no, Max, no, that's, you prick, Max. He was just eating Elsie's food. Why do you gotta do that? Why do you gotta be that way, buddy? You just can't not do it, can you? Anyway, Maxie's here with this. There's Mackie. You can have that, but not her pureed food. He just won't give her any slack. Anyway, yeah, I picked up my niece and she made me some scrambled eggs. And she put some French onion dip in them before when she scrambled them, and oh, they were tasty. And we drove to her eye exam, and after that, her glasses might be ready today, but probably not till next Monday, which we're looking forward to that because then we're going to go do some shooting. We went a while ago to Cousin Paul's, and she needs some glasses, so now that she'll have glasses, she'll be able to shoot better. And it helps to be able to see. But anyway, so after we went there, we came here and she met my girls, Ruth and Chloe and Grace. She already had met Max and Elsie a couple years ago. Well, many times years ago when she was younger, and her dad brought her over as well. But from there we went to Full Bore Firearms, and I introduced her to Jeff, and she checked out some things there. And from there we drove. I took her out to Devil's Lake to show her where I go shoot. And we were going to go shooting, and she said, nah, let's just wait till I get my glasses. That way I won't be wasting so much ammo. And from there we went to, what's the name of that place? Good food. Mexican restaurant. Pompeo's here in town. And yeah, they got really good food there. It's all made from scratch. You get enough to fill you and then some. And then, reasonably priced, really. Lunch for the two of us was $24, and she sprung for it. I said, I'll get that. She said, no, you do a lot of stuff for me, so I'll get you lunch. And then we came back here. I can't remember what we had to come back here for, and then I dropped her off at her mother's house, and she spent the afternoon with her mother. She still, as far as the work scene goes, she's not really on a schedule. She's practically on call, and that was something we discussed a little bit. I said, she even brought it up that maybe it's time to start looking for something else, because she's had other offers, but how do you schedule and work another job when you don't have set hours at the one? She said, I like to work. I don't mind working 2 jobs, but got to have some stability there so you can plan around it. So, anyway, with that, we're going to take another little break. And we are back again here with Mackie. There's that Mackie. So anyway, bouncing back to the optometrist's office, I got talking with somebody there. Look at there's Ruthie. There's Ruthie. Ruthie, how are you, baby? Did you have a good adventure? Good girl. Good girl. Oh, Elsa's getting another drinky. Anyway, I was talking with a guy there, and he was telling about, how he worked in oil field exploration and did the seismic stuff where they find wells and all that. After he was getting ready to leave, and I was saying, what's your name? And he told me, and I said, what's yours? And I told him, and he said, my God, we went to St. Anne's School together in the first through 6th grade, and hadn't seen him since like 6th grade. But he'd been all over the world and working in the oil business. And it was really something, and it was strange because there was something familiar about him when he sat down across from us and we were talking, and then, finally once you learn somebody's name, there it is. But yeah, 60 years almost since we've seen each other. Hard to believe. So anyway, I don't know what we're going to do today. I should get out, and it's a kettlebell day, but I don't really feel like doing kettlebells. There's Gracie way over there in Mrs. Smith's yard. Yeah, she is. There's Gracie. And that failed. We got all day to do whatever we're gonna do, that's for sure. I might haul some stuff to the DPW. I might rake out underneath that spruce tree. There's a bunch of dead needles underneath there. I really do need to get back to riding again. I really am feeling the effects of not doing it. And I don't need to be obsessively trying to ride, 100 miles a week or anything like that. But I do need to get out more besides just grocery runs. Get back into doing 20 miles on a regular basis. There's Else again. Anyway, we've yammered on for a long time and said a lot of nothing, so there it is. It's Happy Friday. From the cold gray ashes and coals of my cold black heart, my broken, beaten, battered, bruised, bloody, burdened, empty, hollow, cracked, shattered, hopeless, forsaken, forlorn, bitter, angry, tired, resentful, twisted, convoluted, confused, grieving, happy, ungrateful soul. Piss off. Happy Friday. Thanks for not tuning in, and remember to say no to AI, to data centers, and to flock cameras, and to the invasion of this country.